Welcome back, everyone. Let's go ahead and do a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S22 and the Samsung Galaxy S9 and see which specific phone you should go and pick up. Now, it's quite obvious the Galaxy S9 is the better one in every single area. Just kidding. The Galaxy S22 is the better one. It's definitely a really good phone, and I'll leave links to probably both of these, but more so the S22 and the S21. I'll leave them linked in the description. You can get them from there. You can help support the channel at the same time. Now, side by side, there are some differences between both of these panels, as you can kind of tell. The Samsung Galaxy S9, at least on the front, has a 5.8-inch Super AMOLED display, and it's not a bad panel. It's actually pretty good. It actually has a higher resolution than the Galaxy S22. It's not a bad panel, like I mentioned. It looks pretty good. You have a little bit of bezel at the bottom and the top, but back in 2018 when this phone came out, this was still a really current design. This thing, even now, doesn't look super outdated, but it definitely doesn't look as good as something like the Galaxy S22, which does have a 6.1-inch dynamic AMOLED display. It's a 1080p panel, so a little bit less resolution compared to the Galaxy S9, but it is definitely a better panel. You have a hole punch display, so definitely less bezel around it. You're also getting a 120Hz panel on the Galaxy S22 as well, which is another really big advantage for a phone like this. Without a doubt, if you're trying to get a phone with the most current design and one of the better panels, this is definitely the better one when it comes down to these two. Now, in terms of the sides, another thing to remember is that the Galaxy S9 actually did have a curved, architecture to it, so it feels a little bit thinner in the hand compared to the Galaxy S22, which has a little bit more of a flat design to it. So you're definitely feeling like a thicker phone in the S22, and it's definitely heavier as well. On the back, we have glass backs on both, but we have a standard glass back on the Galaxy S9, where on the S22 we have a frosted glass back. That's another quick little difference. You're definitely feeling like a more premium phone on the Galaxy S22, which is another big thing to keep in mind. We have a single camera setup with a fingerprint sensor right here on the Galaxy S9, where the S22 has the fingerprint sensor built into the display, but has a triple camera setup. And the lenses are much bigger on the S22, as you can tell, and the cameras are much better on the S22 too. So you have to keep those things in mind. So without a doubt, that pretty much covers it up on the outside, but that doesn't even cover up everything, because you do have a headphone jack on the Galaxy S9, which is really cool, and we have a micro SD card slot on the Galaxy S9 too. So those are some crazy ports to have on a phone like this. I mean, this thing came out, many years ago, about 4 years ago as of this point. And because of that, you're getting these types of ports that we don't really get anymore, which is kind of sad. So now that officially covers up the outside. Now, in terms of the software and everything, the Galaxy S9 has been outdated for a couple of years now. And that's kind of a sad thing. It stopped at Android 10. We're on Android 12 now. We're going to be getting Android 13 probably soon in terms of developer. We already have it in a developer beta. So we're already kind of outdated, as most of you can tell. On the Galaxy S22, though, this is not even this is crazy differences. The Galaxy S22 Samsung has just improved the lifecycle once again. So you're going to be getting 4 years of full OS updates on the S22 and 5 years of security updates, which is crazy. This phone is going to last pretty much 5 years from now, which is amazing. So you're definitely getting a better, performing phone, and in terms of software, you're getting a better performing phone there too. So really, really big things to keep in mind. Now, in terms of speed, let's go and do a speed comparison between these two. The Galaxy S9 has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 chipset inside of it with 4 GB of RAM, where the Galaxy S22 has that Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset inside of it with 8 GB of RAM, so twice the amount of RAM on this phone than on the Galaxy S9. So let's go and see which one is the faster one between both these. Okay, there we go. Let's go and clear all the apps in the background, and all those apps are cleared out. So let's get into it. Hopefully it's not too glassy or blurry for you guys. Phone calls 3, 2, 1. And definitely the S22 is faster, and you're definitely getting smoother animations on the S22 as well. Messages 3, 2, 1. Forgot the name of this app. Faster on the S22 as well. Camera 3, 2, 1. And S22 is faster. Funny, this one always brings the front camera. The S22 is definitely faster there. Hopping onto this one, let's go and get into their Play Stores. 3, 2, 1. And you can see again, S22 was definitely faster there. Scrolling through here, I'll definitely tell you, I can tell, the 60 Hz over the 120 Hz. 120 Hz is so much faster. It's so much smoother, which is so beautiful. Getting into kind of swiping between applications, you can also kind of tell probably that I can't even do it on the S22 or on the S9. I don't know what's going on there. Now let's go and open up some of these third-party applications. Let's do Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And you can see the Galaxy S22 is a little bit faster, much faster than the Galaxy S9. It's actually a pretty big difference between those two. So much faster on something like the Galaxy S22 over something like the Galaxy S9. That was a pretty big difference. Hopping out of this one, Snake versus Blocks, 3, 2, 1. And the S22, again, was, I think, a fast one, but they were actually kind of close, to be honest. I actually don't know which one was faster or slower. Hopping out of this one, let's go and get into Stack. which I don't even know if I have here, and it looks like I do not have. Oh, I do 3, 2, 1. And it was very, very fast on the Galaxy S22. That was actually pretty insane how fast an app like that is on the S22. Let's go get into Snapchat 3, 2, 1, which I may be logged in here. So let's just log out of that one. Let's do Fruit Ninja 3, 2, 1. And oh, I guess that's the thing with some of these older Androids. The animation speeds were so slow that it wouldn't even look like you opened it up when you actually did. So that was actually a very weird thing that just happened there. Totally okay. You can see the Samsung Galaxy S22 again is the faster one, which is expected. Hopping out of this one, let's go and get into this one right here. Let's go and get into something like Instagram, which I do not have here. Let's do Thank You, which it looks like I also don't have here. 3, 2, 1. And I'm telling you guys, the animation speeds are some of the fastest things on the S22s. And you don't really notice these massive differences between the two unless you're comparing these older phones. So definitely when it comes down to it, I mean, you don't really need to see like the 30,000 more apps. It's definitely quite obvious the Galaxy S22 is a much faster phone in pretty much every single area. And I'm so happy about that. I hate having phones that are so much slower, this and that. And between these generations, this is where you're starting to see these bigger gaps between the two. So in terms of that, that covers it up there. Now let's go and hit on the cameras. Now on the back, like I mentioned, triple camera setup on the Galaxy S22, a 50 megapixel wide angle lens, a 10 megapixel telephoto lens, and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor, where the Galaxy S9 had a single 12 megapixel camera on the back. It was a wide angle lens. Now the Galaxy S9's camera, when it first came out, I'm sure it was legendary. It was probably a really good camera, but even at that point, it was kind of weird not having a dual camera setup. We really went from a single camera to a triple camera setup in one generation from the S9 to the S10. Now you have the ability of shooting 4K at 60 on the back. You only have the ability of doing 1440p at 30 frames per second on the front. So it is quite a bit outdated. You still have quite a few features built in. I mean, you have like photo mode, video mode. You have a lot of things under more as well, which is always so good to see. You have, panorama mode. You have lots of different things, live focus, which is really cool. But this is definitely kind of an outdated camera, to be honest, nowadays. On something like the Samsung Galaxy S22, I mean, this is pretty much the best camera you can get nowadays. You have that triple camera setup so you can zoom in and zoom out a lot, which is beautiful. You also have a lot of these options built into this camera too, which is cool. You also have, portrait mode, which is awesome. And you have this option under more, which just gives you so many other things compared to something like the Galaxy S9. The Galaxy S9 has a lot of options here too, but there are so many different things here, which is so beautiful. You have pro modes, which is so cool. So you can unlock pretty much way more capability. And this camera, compared to a lot of other its competitors, has a lot of features built in, which is so beautiful. So definitely the Galaxy S22 is the better one when it comes down to the camera for sure. And to be completely honest here, the Galaxy S9 to the Galaxy S22 is a very, very good upgrade. You are getting a solid, jump in terms of everything. Really, the only area that the Galaxy S9 is kind of even good at is the micro SD card slot and the headphone jack. If you can get this phone for a very, very cheap price, maybe you go for it, but you're still outdated with software. You're not getting any more software enhancements or anything like that. You can't custom ROM this phone, so there really isn't any crazy big point to pick this thing up. The Galaxy S10 is a very, very big, humongous upgrade coming from the Galaxy S9, so that's honestly where I'd recommend you kind of putting your focus in on. Other than that, the Galaxy S22 is a worthwhile upgrade. This thing is beautiful. It has so much going for it, and I'm a massive fan of the Galaxy S22. It has beautiful display, 120 Hz, USB Type-C, which is kind of expected. Wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, amazing triple camera setup, very fast, long software support. You're getting everything from the Galaxy S22 right now. So in terms of that, that covers it up there. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.